Are we on the air? All right, we on the air.
Go to it.
You got a guy there. All right. Well, Islam, peaceful greetings to you all. How are y'all doing on this lovely moon day? And I am Brother Shining Ill, one of the 5 astro magnificent bros from the 7 Hill Star Astrology Firm. And I'm here with my awesome, magnificent bro.
Indeed. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at northwest of Mexham. How are you? Let's do this, man.
I know how are you today, broski doski?
Man, you already know where I'm at. Hey there, weird kid in your high top shoes, sitting in the back of the class. I was just like you. Yo, you already know, yo. You know where I'm at, bro. Embracing being Mr. Misunderstood. You already know, bro. I think this is where I'm comfortable, because at least I can be myself despite the popular demands or what's accepted by those group of people that don't know better. Idiots. That's what it is. Yeah, man. So yeah. However, man, let's enjoy ourselves and continue to doing the great work that we do, and really helping out the planet as we always do, as we do this community service, right? Because I really enjoy doing it. It's just like, we're just going to start affirming that the people do appreciate what we do. The people can see that we're really awesome and great brothers who don't rob them of their widow's penny, They'll see it. They'll appreciate us very soon. Why? Because we're doing nothing but imitating he whom we give supreme honors, and that is Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All righty. And we're doing it without saying we're Prophet Noble Drew Ali 5011 or any other type of number.
Right.
Because we're not, idiots. That's what we're not. So, man, let's do this. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy ourselves. And I want to start sharing this on out. As well as doing the background things that I do. So, bro, I yield the floor to you, bro. Introduce. You want me to introduce them, man? Why you? Because I don't mind. Get your pictures and like to welcome them to our 7hillstar.com astrology firms. Intuition Monday, right?
Intuition Monday, yeah. And today also marks one sun cycle of, since I have completed the workshop intensive.
Yeah! You have been officially certified via our own free national press, right? We didn't need our Albion sons and daughters. We didn't need our Albion sons and daughters to validate us. Why? Because they're our sons and daughters. Even though I know once I finish the test, I will have an Astronomy for Astrologers certification from the International Astrology Association that I have been able to have a scholarship through, because Mother Rashida Bay, she's like, did you finish your test yet? I'm going to finish the test, Mother Rashida. I'm gonna finish it so that I can have that credential from our sons and daughters. Even it does not supersede what we have done for ourselves via our own free national press, because I don't need our sons and daughters validating us, even though I made sure I made a great example pertaining to what Moorish Americans should be without shucking and jiving, balls and bojangling for sons and daughters, because I'm not with that shit, respectfully. So with that being said, however, yeah, bro, congrats, bro. I mean, it's you, really, all of us, because I made sure we all, have that. However, in some way, shape, or form, we're all celebrating this solar return to you being internationally certified, right, via your own free national press, being Moorish American, because that's, no disrespect, just only telling the truth. This is the highest status one can have, being in a general and permanent character, right? So, even though we're not Federal Reserve agents talking about, look at these Federal Reserve notes I got, we're balling, because we're not Federal Reserve agents, all right? So, however, through different ventures and things that, or cash apps, you know, we accept things to assist the people unless people can, you know, give us the things we need directly from, you know, sharing our energies with them, because we're the ones that actually went a whole lot deeper into research and things for our community. Because, you know, in our community, most people that have this kind of skin and from the hood are only concerned about watermelon, chicken, basketball, land conveyances, how fat someone's ass is. Damn, yo, she fat than a motherfucker, yo. Damn, she fat. Yeah, okay, guys, you know, up your mental game a little bit. And then, you know, nowadays it's just so popular to sound like you're indigenous and intelligent with alkaline studies and shit. And it's like, people are still missing the fact that you must be in honor completely. So keep skipping over the fact that you're not going to declare and proclaim your nationality. We'll see what happens. And then you're going to look at us like, damn, them brothers was telling the truth the whole time. Well, I ain't like the way Hassan was saying it because he didn't, like Brother R said, he didn't put the message on a pillow and blow it over to us. Like, say it soft so we can accept it. Okay, you're drowning, motherfuckers. That's soft enough. Like, how do you tell people that they're drowning? You're being a fucking soft ass Negro black colored idiot. Get over yourselves. Stop playing the color games. You copper tone beings are not black, and the pale skins are not white. All righty, you guys are fucking yourselves because you're being proud, and pride coming, you know, for the destruction. So it's all good. However, let's continue. You know, I know, man. I tell the truth, man. It's like, oh shit, we're having a parade. Well, here comes Hassan. Oh, it's like, I'm not here to rain on your parade. I'm only here to be like, watch out for that tree, Georgia jungle. That's all. So anyway,
no, tell me what to do. Okay. How does hitting that tree feel?
and it's not the Bob Marley kind of hitting trees. So,
neither, yeah.
You know, watch out for that tree. I'm just saying, man. It is what it is, man. I mean, hey, whatevs. All right, let me type in my peaceful greetings in the chat here. Peaceful greetings, beloveds. And then let me go and do my post-production, but while we're doing the production, so I can just set the thumbnail and the description and everything while you're doing your thing, bro. Yeah, I mean, let me give you host too, bro, since we're already live. Let me give you the host, actually. Also, so boom, shakalaka, TikTok, don't stop. There you go, bro. And I yield to you, Brother Sean.
Indeed. All right, I'll be starting this off. You already know 1 through 3, 7 through 9, Brother Hassan 4 through 6, 10 through 12. Right, let me get the share.
Oh, peace of greetings. JL's already in the chat. Peace of greetings, JL. He says, peace and love, more love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Indeed.
All right, here we go. Let me move this little bar up so I can see. All right, here we go. Full moon in the Aries zone. All right, so this will be occurring, let's see, October 10th. All right, so this will be next week. All right, occurring on the moon day at 05:54:58 or 5:54 anti-meridian. And this is Fukuoka, Japan. All right, we have Libra on the rise here at 16 degrees, 18 minutes, and we know that is being ruled by Venus. All right, so we got this full moon occurring at 16 degrees, 32 minutes on the Libra Aries axis, 1st and 7th here. All right. So we have the sun at the degree of electricity and the moon at the degree of children. All right, so with the 1st and 7th house, this is self, where soul is self, right here. Soul in Libra, 1st house. So really, yeah, for this, especially for this Fukuoka, Japan area, for the surrounding areas, and also for Libra risings here. Y'all can really be looking forward to just expressing yourselves. I would say balancing out how you create, since sun is in the 1st. How do you create? How do you look at yourself? You know, I'm definitely getting like someone's like, instead of, you know, kind of getting angry about some things, they're gonna like rise in the morning and just like look themselves in the mirror and just affirm, you know, the things that are true to them. And, you know, really getting out of like I said, the mental. Because if you look, you know, Venus is conjunct Sol. You know, she's ruling from the 12th and she's at 13 degrees there. So you're really looking to just relate to others the beauty, but the beauty lies in the detail or the structures of how you relate and how you're looking to just express yourself and the finances. So definitely, I would say if you're, you know, transacting for things, make sure it beautifies it, like not feeling, you know, guilty about, you know, having to spend some things, but knowing that this adds beauty to one's life there. And Moon in the 7th, this is all about nurturing. So probably getting a good run, I would say, or you know, if you like to exercise, you know, getting a good run or walk or jog. If you're creative, you know, finding ways to you know, get more creative, like going through some of your old things, and now you're looking at, oh, I used to do it like that, now I do it like this, and wow, look at the growth. And now you could be inspired to do what you used to do, but in a new, more valuable, fashionable way here. Yeah, so with that, and we also have Sol will be trining Saturn. Luna is in the sextile with Saturn. So, you know, Saturn deals with, you know, structures, responsibility, just status, and those different names. He's in the 4th, got rulership over Pluto. So with Sol and Saturn making a trine, so 1 and 4. This is, yeah, really about changing the home. So, yeah, you know, you'll be looking to physically express what's been on one's mind and intellect, whether it's just pertaining to like freedom or just things that get you more mentally stimulate you instead of more on the emotional side. You know, you're really looking to express love and wisdom, or just really starting to learn about universal law and how to apply that in your affairs. You know, with yourself. 4th house, you know, deals with home and your foundation. So really just mentally structuring, you know, going east, going within, structuring yourself, and then also being the mirror of that, reflecting that inner foundation and work, so that manifests on the 5 cycle. But Mercury's got the final say so over Venus, over Sol. You know, Mars has got the final say so over Luna. And it all comes back to Mercury being the 12th house. So yeah, definitely making sure you're writing and communicating. Mercury's in the 12th house. So I'm getting there's going to be a lot of communications done, a lot of production, network, organizations, kind of everyone coming together, or you could just be coming together within yourself with your different guides and your different personified stories, right? So taking take the Bible, for example, all those different stories of different beings in there and applying that to yourself in private and learning about that. And with that, I'm going to yield for Fukuoka, Japan. Felt kind of long-winded there. Woof. Jesus Christ.
I mean, you did great, bro. You're doing great, actually.
Right, so,
did I look at Capricorn? Did we look at Capricorn 16 degrees? That you just made me think to look there, bro.
Capricorn 16?
Yeah, I don't think I looked. But you're good though. Do your thing, bro. I'm not saying you didn't do anything wrong. I was just thinking to myself, like, I didn't even look at Capricorn 16 and 18.
Interesting. All right, now we're moving on to the Pisces zone. All right, this is occurring on the moon day. Yay. At 3:54 anti-meridian. We're at Telman, Mongolia. All right, so now we have Virgo on the rise here at 15 degrees, 16 minutes, which will be, once again, dealing with Mercury. Definitely feeling good. Definitely feeling good and feeling himself, right? Being exalted and his own ruler and Virgo. Moving on now, we have, we're on the 2-8 axis here with Sol being in the 2nd and Luna being in the 8th. All right, guys. So now we are looking at here in this Mongolia area, and also just the surrounding areas, and also for Virgo risings here. You guys can really be looking at your finances. I guess definitely studying contracts too, now that Mercury is direct. Definitely just looking at how one looks at themselves and what they do on the daily, and just their own like movable possessions, as some could say. And now Luna's in the 8th, so in Aries. So definitely yeah, this is like definitely really looking at how you nurture yourself, or just finding ways to like they say, find the balance between how you operate or spend your finances, and how you can deal with others' so-called finances, or quote unquote money here. But also say some good news is gonna be coming here too. Like I said, Sol and Venus in the 2nd house. So Venus has got the final say so over Sol, even though she isn't feeling the best, but she's still in her own sign. So this is about really having a blissful, peaceful attitude. Definitely sharing from the heart here. It's all about sharing from the heart, and making sure that you can mentally stimulate yourself, not looking for physical things to bring happiness. Like, because if you didn't have any of these so-called, physical things, how would you still find peace in your mind when you don't have these physical things, or operating outside of that, right? With that, and electricity and children. So yeah, definitely, I would say everyone be careful with electricity, and also Luna's in the 8th. So yeah, the children are definitely going to be finding like a new game to play, or especially the younger ones finding like a new game to play, or it's like a new fashion here in the 8th house.
And add to your wisdom, Seginos, when we was looking at it earlier in Libra, the Gamma, it said Gamma Boitis. Gamma is the 3rd magnitude, so it's the 3rd brightest star in Boitis, right? Boitis, some would maybe enunciate. However, we're going to review accenting over the vowels too. We're going to review that also. However, go ahead, bro. I yield to you, bro.
Yeah. And Luna has definitely been ruled by Mars. Mars is definitely conjunct Capella at 22 degrees right there, and the 10th. So definitely folks gonna be looking ways to make the most out of their personal energy, finances, and routines, and also how other services are supposed to be, to them, right? Or just finding ways to take their philosophies to really break through, so that now their career and goals and just their status are set and true, and that everyone's starting to see the both sides of things, and not really just being so stuck on one way to do things. All right. And just so be careful, just not super really aggressive, but everyone's looking to really shine and just bring something for themselves, for the career, for the long term. And like I said, Mercury's in the 1st house, so definitely is going to be a lot of self-clarity. A lot of self-clarity, aha moments, or just talks with people, or whether it's just organizing some things, or reading over your notes before and finding something that you could have looked over there, right? That's what the details is. So now when you look at the bigger picture for Pisces axis, boom, where's Jupiter? And the 7th, rolling over that. So definitely finding clarity moments on reflecting, and just restudying material, getting back to the basics. And and that'll be it. And I'll yield for Tillman, Mongolia, for the Pisces zones, and also for Virgo risings out there. So let's move on back. All right, so now we are in the Aquarius zone. Bro, I was sitting there just thinking, like, I know we did Stephen King last week, but it's felt like It's been like 2 or 3 Mondays since we did that one.
I know, right? I mean, and that's because we're very active, bro. Like we're doing a lot of, I think we're doing more recordings than there are days in the cycle, the so-called week, quote unquote. But we like to call it the strong. We don't call it the week. We call it the strong. So I think in 7 days, we're actually doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Friday, we're doing AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference, Saturday AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference, Sunday AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference. And then we also have, so hold on, that's 6, right? But on Friday, we're doing 2. And then Sunday, we normally have 2. So yes, okay. Okay. So we are doing 7 days worth of freaking, I don't even like to call it work, which is crafting. We're enjoying ourselves because it doesn't feel like work to me. And we have AstroCivics Sunday. So we got intuition, we got AstroCivics Sunday, intuition Monday, 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Wednesday. And Friday, we have impromptu improv. And from the 12th August 2022 until the 30th October 2022, we're completing, and in the mode of pertaining to completing, our AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference, which we're live and recording Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that means on Friday, we're doing 2 things, right? So, and then, so hold on.
So if we're doing 2 Friday and 2 Sunday and 1 Saturday, that's 5.
Yeah.
Monday, so that's 7. Yes,
that's 7. And then that's not including us being in the jurisprudent gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays, bro. Right. So we're handling 9 events through Zoom. I don't care what anybody says about Zoom, it being active or not being active, bro. We're across the world with this. 9 events within 7 days since the 12th. Since the 12th August 2022, bro. And we have not stopped. And it's not going to stop until the 30th, because then that's when the AstroLiteracy Comprehension Conference will technically be complete, not over. Because AstroLiteracy is every day of your life. Period. I know it's every day pertaining to mine. Not speaking to you, Brother Sean, I'm speaking to our collective across the planet. So yeah, we're doing 9 days worth of crafting in 7 days, bro. How do you fit 9 into 7? That's not even a rhetorical question, because we're doing it. Like for real. We're not playing. And guess what? We're not selling packages to people and selling paperwork to people for thousands of notes. We're barely getting what we're asking for to do astrology for people, because people think once they come to us, they can do it on their own. Oh man, I can't wait till that ship sinks, because it's about to sink. You know what I mean? Because people are going to really realize, like, man, yo, they really have been. Yeah, man. And we're not evil. We're just honest, and we're upfront, and we're frank about it, so just get in line, man. I mean, you can try to copy all you want. Go right ahead. Good luck. I mean, I'm 8 years in on some of you guys and mothers. All righty. And I'm not bragging about it. I know what the mission is and the charge. In order to change the people, you must change their literature. No need to worship me. I'm only Brother Hassan. That's the highest title I'll have, is brother or son. That's it. No matter what regalia I have on, or national Moorish fez I have on, I'm going to always be myself, and always 9 times out of 10, me and my bros are going to provide what no one else really cares to provide you all, unless it comes with some type of pimp hoe deal. If I'm loud and wrong, please, you already know, Brother Sean, I'm always open for correction, and I yield.
We got what the people need. We ain't busting your heads, even though we know what we worth. We just being fair, because we know where everyone is on their journey, where we're at on our journey. Like, we're not making it hard, we're not making it complicated. You know, we're not going to apologize if what we do makes you feel some kind of way about yourself. If it does, don't look at us, look at you. Then boom, once you find it, over it, let's work together. That's what we're doing. You know, are we really here to do the work? Or are we here just to talk about it? Like, you know, astrology isn't real. Oh, astrology isn't real. Or how can it help? I mean, you eat, don't you? You celebrate solar returns, what you call birthdays, don't you? Talk about the days of the week. Well, we say days of the strong. I mean, come on, what more else? Like I said, we're here just to embrace love. You know, sometimes love makes you feel a little kind of way about yourself. So, you know, you really got to be open to work. We know where it's coming, pretty much.
It's long, bro.
You know, words of brother R, they really can't see because their Saturn is decalcified.
I know, right? They got that decalcified, you know, Saturn is decalcifying that pineal gland. You know what I mean?
Like, so your cognitive dissonance is at an all-time high.
Seriously, bro. And it's like, you know, all that crucifying those that came to help you, like, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not happening at all.
All right, let's see. Let's keep this rolling. All right, so we are in Aquarius zone, right? Currently, you know, on the moon day here at 1:54 anti-meridian. We're at Takob, Tajikistan, right? Tajikistan. All right, we got Leo on the rise here at 20 degrees, 48 minutes. So definitely being ruled by Sol. All right, so we got Sol and Luna on the 3-9 axis. So this is all about just mental communication, all right? Beauty and peace in your mind. Just short travels here. So definitely, you know, I see somebody finding ways to release, or also just looking back at from when this full moon occurred, you know, in Libra back in, you know, Aries season, you know, when that happened, because now we're at a 180 reflection of that. So really finding ways to continue to, like I said, be more aware of themselves and their mind and how they communicate. And with Venus, you know, definitely being right there too in the third, Venus and Sol, you know, communicating, relating, just creating here. So, yeah, I'll definitely say checking out the childhood again, and with Luna and, you know, conjunct Chiron right there and the 9th. Yeah, this is like childhood healing here. You know, for those that are older, definitely are going to be able to, like I said, have these conversations or have these realizations, have these visualizations, or just running into, like I said, high school friends, childhood friends, and really just being able to relate, or just having things come up that one might have forgot about, pertaining to one's mother wounds, you know, back when they were younger, right? 9th house, and also, yeah, I see like a, you know, mother, I say like a minister or someone being able to relate a story here, or just share some art or some beauty, or maybe a book, you know, publishing communications here. Really just relating a story here that's a lot of mothers, or in just the collective in general, would just really be able to relate to. Let's see, we got Mercury, you know, ruling over Mars, so our actions are, you know, it might be a little anxious, or it could be, you know, a little detailed, maybe undetailed. So if you're definitely not detailed or organized, this, you know, a good time to release that. Like, how are you creating, you know, where you were before? Now you can really start to release that, not only for yourself, but for your children as well. And Saturn's in a 6, you know, Sol's trining Saturn. So really just, you know, taking electricity that flows through our systems, right, and letting that have a reaction and explosion to really propel us forward, to do what needs to be done here. So yeah, definitely embrace love, because that is the first principle, correct, right? And definitely structure, yeah. So structuring your mental, structuring how you relate. What are your boundaries? What do you allow for? What do you stand for? What is your wisdom? What is your philosophy on life? Does it need to improve, or what needs to be let go? Like all these various things that are occurring for, Leo risings and also those around this key sign area, for the Aquarius zone. And Saturn in the 6th too. We got Spirit, Fortune on the 7th. Yeah. Definitely just some healing, some binding between, those you work with, and those that you're also looking to partner and do business with. So the healing's really going to come from getting creative and, letting go of past pain, whether it comes to, projects, whether it comes to love, these various types of things, just letting go over that and be looking forward to what's new, like staying in the present moment, letting go of what's already happened and just looking forward to what's to come. Because like the past is like over and done, and just really looking to work within groups. Yeah, Mars is right there, conjunct Capella. Yeah, this is like a lot of groups being recognized, or things coming into. And I will yield for that. And I'll yield. Wow, talkity, right? And I'm gonna yield to my bro.
It's long, bro. It's long. Well, let's get it. Just sharing to a few people here in the direct messages on Instagram, sending the link out. Because I know not everybody technically subscribes or whatever. However, they seem to still show some kind of love when we send them the video. But I know sometimes people feel like, oh, well, hey, look, they thought about me, and sent me the video link. So cool. That's great. So yeah, there you go, guys. Just sending it on out to you so we can check this on out, right? And what I'm going to do here, because this is the Capricorn zone, I'm sure for me, I didn't even look at the screen yet. And look, I am correct, right? Tajura Djibouti, right? So we're here at
It's like that saying, it's not Djibouti, it's Djibouti.
not Djibouti. Whose Djibouti is it? No, I'm kidding. That is the particular appellation for that longitude and latitude on the earth plane, Midgard earth plane Asha. So Tajura Djibouti. This is happening on the 9th October 2022 for the Iloa Mikael, all right, known as Sunday, right? It's Sun's Day at 1100 hours. Actually, it's 11:54, 58 post meridian, which is 2300 hours, 54 minutes and 58 minutes. 58 seconds, pardon me, 54 minutes, 58 seconds. So this is actually occurring though, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're looking at a 4th house and 10th house lunar solar reflection here, right? Which is termed full moon. Alrighty, so Luna does much better, it's said, to be in the 4th house. So Luna being here, first of all, squaring where it rules, which is Cancer. However, also with that being there, also it's in a house where it was safe to have accidental dignity. So accidental debilitation, so to speak, because the 10th house is remnant naturally of Capricorn, so to speak. So but however, me not being a doom and gloom astrologer, what I'm really seeing here overall with this particular house placement, we're going to just see something going on with the subconscious self, the head mother, so to speak. And just here, it's just coming to the status pertaining to, the home activities. So when it comes to the status pertaining to the home activities and that which you should really move forward in as far as your opposite to your comfort zone and making sudden changes, however, being very innovative in how you stand victoriously when it comes to your subconscious mind and being very active with such. One can see that, your subconscious mind is sincerely reflecting things that are on your heart that, may seemingly be at a fall. However, just really balancing out that which is necessary for you to actually see the love between that inner Mary and Joseph, so you can bring forth the justice necessary and really have a fated interaction with your past self, maybe even, you know, the child that you were some time ago, and really allowing yourself to really bring about a fair balance between work, so to speak, or your career, and home. Also a balance in finding out how you're bringing light to things about, you know, maybe the paternal order when it comes to you. So technically, would the moon be that debilitated in the 10th house, when some will look at the 10th house like the house of the mother? Some will say father. It really depends on which perspective and or branch, quote unquote, pertaining to astrology you subscribe to. However, you know, we, Seven Hill Star Astrology Firm, being international certified professional astrologers, you know, we do not limit ourselves when we're looking at things. And we already know, and Brother Sean had brought to my attention even earlier, that we're looking at this full moon occur in the Leo and Aquarius Navamsha, or the Leo and Aquarius ninth harmonic. So there's really a speech here, all righty, that's actually happening that really just kind of shows the, when it comes to relating to others, all righty, well, the relation is going to be really based on the early foundational home, and maybe even some remnants of one's first quote unquote Job out there, right? The first thing that you've done to really exchange your energy for compensation. There may be glimpses of that actually occurring. Venus being 12th to the house that is ruling, even though it's in its sign dominant in Libra, third house is 12th to the fourth, which would say that the 10th house would be sixth to that. All righty. So third is sixth to the 10th, and 10th is eighth to the 10th. So what we really have going on here is just actually a beautiful communication and speech that really unveils how one is able to really serve themselves through the conduit pertaining to joint energies. You know, some may see here in this particular zone, it's not only Tajora Djibouti that we're speaking on, it's actually that whole global slice, so to speak, that we're speaking on within the Capricorn zone, and maybe other places, you know, because as above, so below. So this may take a portion pertaining to your body where you're going to be checking your head and your heart, as well as your balance, and, you know, particularly to your kidneys and your lower legs and ankles, right? So, you know, you may actually find that the more you actually intake water, get hydrated, and exercise, you'll find yourself really able to be very creative, as well as bring to light a lot of things that, you know, felt like you may have forgotten. So you may have a lot of unvelations here. I know people will say revelations. However, we're not, again, veiling things. We are unveiling things. So that's why I say unvelation, respectfully. So with that being said, I would see here for this particular Capricorn zone, and really allow yourself to really structure your subconscious mind and being driven, how you're really reflecting, alrighty, those innovative things that'll lead you to your soul's destiny, so you can victoriously be able to reflect the things you learned from your childhood, and allow those fated things that are relative to your early childhood development really bring forth that corazonic justice, the justice pertaining to your heart. So with that, I yield the floor, and next will be the Sagittarius zone, right? Going into that Sagittario zone. Sí, Sagittario, right?
Sagittario.
And so with that being said, again, this is the 9th October 2022 for Sunday, 2154 minutes and 58 seconds, or 9:54:58 post meridian. Maradi, Niger, right? All right, so this is actually taking place within the 5th and the 11th house, very interestingly, because, again, even though Luna is in the 11th house, it is in the Leo Navamsha. And even though Sol, right, is in the 5th house, it is in the Aquarius Navamsha. So interestingly, it was it's so funny how, tropically speaking, Sol is in its quote unquote fall sign, and then in Navamsha, it's in its debilitation sign.
Right.
Right. So now we're really looking at, the brightness or the lackluster pertaining to how we're really reflecting on. This is very interesting. The children, you know what I'm saying? And there's a wounded healing that can happen there, because again, we know that when we experience some hurt or some pain, it is actually an open door, an opportunity for some real psychological and subconscious healing here. And so, no longer having to treat yourself like a quote unquote redheaded stepchild. No disrespect to anybody that's, a stepchild, and they happen to be gingerly, so to speak, or red hair, right? What you can really see is really allow yourself to find the values that are poured out, you know what I mean, from the things that may be seemingly quote unquote unfair. However, these are the things that are going to boost you past some mental processes that normally you would allow yourself to be stuck, self-defeating, things of that nature. You'll be able to really find some balance in really allowing yourself to bring forth, right? Really bring forth a beauty in, it's funny too, because you might find this beauty as you're combing your hair, right? You may be like fixing your hair, combing your hair, or something like that. And what you'll actually find out is you'll kind of have an aha moment, more of the unveiling. And what you'll actually see is you'll be able to kind of end a lifelong sadness. You know, when people after you finish crying, they do the like that thing, right? After you finish crying, you're gonna have that in the spirit, though. You're going to really find that relief and really realize that the whole time you've been carrying someone else's burden as your own. And now you can really alleviate yourself from that, because what you'll be able to really do is really see that if it wasn't this being so-called burden wasn't really helpful in your childhood, right? It really didn't bring to you that which really elevated you. It really had, you having to find value away from home. All right. And now that you're finding those values away from home, you're finding that driven nurturing, or that nurturing drive away from home, it's really allowing you to be the best that you can be, so that now you are the chironic professor for many others, so that you can continue to go and teach the world. So those of you within the Sagittarius zone, go and teach the world, because that's what your zone is all about anyway. Being very down to earth, esoterically speaking, because Earth is the esoteric ruler for Sagittarius. You can really allow yourself to beautify your own heart by really bringing light and pouring out information through your demonstration into others' hearts. With that, I yield the floor. We're on our way to the Scorpio zone.
All
right. On our way to the Scorpio zone as I hit paste in a few more people's DMs here, right? And with that Scorpio zone, I'm pretty sure this happened in the 12th house. Look at that. Look at that, 6th and 12th house, right? And guys, it's no really need to hide, there's really no need to hide those things that, you get that gut feeling. You can go and listen to that small, still voice. There's really no need to really hide how you really feel and the things that's really on your heart. However, make sure that you are allowing yourself to express yourself in a real kind fashion, you know, and make sure you're not being a quitter unnecessarily, right? Because quitting unnecessarily will only bring about twice the work and or burden you were hoping to relieve yourself of. Alrighty, so really make sure when you go to isolate yourself and really bring forth those things that will allow you to cleanse yourself and heal yourself, make sure that you are allowing yourself to comfort yourself, like how you may have a pet, you know, that will be able to comfort you. You know, that comfort will really, really, really spark off within you a sincere means to allow yourself to, when you're really finished isolating, you can really talk to people. You know, you won't have that chip on your shoulder. You won't have that snarl or that bit of anger. So you'll be able to not only serve yourself and serve others, because you'll be able to be enlighteningly creative with how you communicate. Again, we already know, bro, we checked earlier, the essential dignity to Mercury right now. You know, especially once Mercury, I think the next one you'll do, because it'll be the Libra zone. I think you're going to have Mercury in the 6th house. So Mercury is going to be in the 6th house in Virgo, in its own Navamsha, in its own face, in the sign that it rules and it is exalted in. Right? So, like, does the score go above 10 in that point? You know what I mean? So really allow you guys to really be, you're gonna, I mean, the creativity in your communication and how you share things, you know, like I said, it's only gonna be beneficial though when you're really sincerely honest and not hurting others when you're really communicating it honestly, you know. So, and usually, you know, sometimes not hurting others is the same as making sure no one gets hit by a car, or well, by a land conveyance, because a car is on the track because it's attached to, you know, steam engine in the front or some engine in the front and a caboose in the back. Well, that's a car. However, you see someone on the street and you do not want them to get hit in their travel, so you kind of tackle them out the way. So it's not fun to be tackled. However, you have saved a life. And I think people will really see that tackling that you provide for them to save their life, they will be more than thankful, you know. So handle that lightly in how you're relating it to your loved ones, all righty, whether it's children or those that may come to do some electrical work for you, right? Make sure you're able to send and receive that assistance accordingly. Minus being in the Scorpio zone, guys, really allow yourself to really produce those things that will not only serve you and serve others, but will also really allow you to be able to ascend appropriately and moving forward in your soul's destiny. All righty. It's no need to really allow yourself to set yourself in your ways pertaining to your past life and or your childhood. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother in whom I'm well pleased for the Libra zone, for the Charlene Mel Islam.
Yes, yeah, Murphy still got that +10.
Yeah, still doing good, huh?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, it's in its own face, exaltation and rulership. So it's gonna keep that +10 for this whole presentation, bro. It's amazing to see. Very amazing. I yield, bro.
I see. We got this occurring on the Soul Day, on the Sunday, October 9th at 17:54, 100 hours, or 5:54 post meridian. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We have Paramaribo Suriname.
Suriname.
Suriname. Thank you, Suriname. All right, we got Aries on the rise here. 8 degrees exactly. All right, so we've got Luna now in the first house and Sol in the 7th. It's like Brother Son was saying earlier, not only is the sun, in its fall, but it's also the Aquarius Navamsha partnering there. So, and we have Luna and the Leo Navamsha. And just to add on to that as well as there, we have Saturn and the Pisces Navamsha. All right, with Sun making that trine and Luna making that sextile to Saturn. All right, so when it comes to Luna's in the first, children, Chiron there, this is definitely going to be like a shift here, definitely on the soul level, with Luna and Chiron there, just for the children, on how they can, like I said, heal themselves and be more authoritative and just more going within themselves. And then also with that sun, soul being in the 7th, how is that going to be reflected? And they're going to teach them about their thoughts and their actions, and how that what that do is just a reflection of ourselves. All right, so Sun and Libra there in the 7th house. So yeah, for the children, it's definitely going to come through their partnerships, those that they for those that are in school or just different groups and activities, definitely partnerships as well. For those that went to matrimony, singles as well, we'll really be looking to just continue to remove everything that isn't for us, what doesn't add beauty. And going back to what Brother Jag had said a couple of cycles ago, what are the assets, what are the liabilities? So with the relations here not being clear, there will be clarity to the service. So you can really just say, who's not servicing? How are you giving yourself out, and how are others, bringing that? Are they bringing their best to you, or are they just kind of doing of whatever so? All right. Oh, look at that. Chiron's conjunct a lot of arrows. So yeah, definitely some healing when it's come to some actions done, whether that's self, or mother's done, or sons and soul, right? Just some healing here, healing and beauty. So whether it's by like singing or writing, or just getting or implement a new routine, like a beauty routine or like a self-care routine. And with Mercury being dominant there in the 6th, it's beautiful, right? Also ruling over the 3rd. So just when it comes to your mind and service, just really be looking to communicate. And for those, that have received some gifts or that will, definitely just be honorable and stay honored with it. And just when you're looking for, continue just to find ways to improve the service on how you give it to others, being the best of your version of yourself, or continue to become that best version of yourself. Taking it by day process. Let's see, what sun's electricity. Yeah, so definitely, finding ways to relate. Like the more that you can relate to yourself, to ourselves, the more that we can relate to others. I think for that, I will yield for the Libra zone. All right. And get on moving on now to the Virgo zone. All right, so let's see. This will be occurring October 9th on the Sunday, on the Soul Day at 4:54 post meridian. And we are at Miami Beach, Florida.
Florida, land, the flower lands, so to speak.
The flower lands.
Flower land.
All right, so this is 2 and 8. So we got Luna in the 2nd. All right, so yeah. Once again, this is about realizing here that money doesn't make the man. National standards and principles make the man. Quoting Prophet Noble Drew Ali there. And Yeah, because it's Libra and Aries just from Sol and Luna, but from the Navamsha, it's Leo and Aquarius. So definitely some heart healing here. Finding ways to really go within yourself to just kind of start to heal from the past pain. Kind of not letting that be a stagnation for you, so that now you can take those emotions, ways that you wasn't nurtured, or these different types of things or routines that wasn't that, or past money dealings, and really transform that into something beautiful for yourself. Sun in the 8th in Libra, being ruled by Venus in the 7th. So yeah, and it's Venus as 12 from the 8th. So yeah, definitely some healing from partnerships is going to be occurring. But that just comes by, acknowledging one's feelings and doing whatever necessary work and time to heal from that. And Sun, Saturn is a trine. So yeah, you're really going to be able to take these different lessons that one has learned. When it comes to love, when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to the children, their own ways that they're growing, how they, going through their own experiences and how what you went through, so that now you can show them, but still allow them to be the self-authority and express themselves without other projections with this. Saturn's in the 12th and it's joy. All right. So yeah, really able to relate and balance. Yeah, this is all about letting go and embracing the beauty and love, whether you want to or not. So I'm gonna say it once again. If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
Yeah, hate in your heart, let it out. It's so funny too, because the wisdom, man, I'm telling you, Saturn in the 12th, man, loves to pour out that wisdom, and it's there. So yeah, people are gonna really be feeling like a lot of things are being poured into them, into their mind and their hearts, especially with that approaching sextile to the moon and trine with the sun, man. Like, yeah, so definitely some wisdom filled bestial energy. So very virgin like, very chaste wisdom being poured into people. I yield, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely just gonna be reflecting on just how you came. I know we said it before in a couple different zones, but especially in this area, and also like for Pisces rising, yeah, you're just really able to just kind of like reflect and see the journey. Learning from the past, knowing that everything that's happened was for a reason. As they always say, like divine timing. And yeah, now we're embracing self here, because I'm even though we know the sun is in Libra, its earth placement is in Aries, so we're really embracing and embodying just our self-authority and how we relate to others, and how we would like to stand on our square, our foundation, when it comes to the Constitution, enforcing the treaties, history, all these different things. I'm really learning standing on our square, really caring for ourselves and being firm in what our foundation and what we relate to and what we stand on, and Mercury in the 7th too. So yeah, definitely. I see a lot of moving forward with plans that were made during the retrograde. Also, or reassessing any plans or adjustments that was made back when for the 180 when Luna was in Libra and the sun was in Aries. So definitely being able to go back and look at that as well, and just making the necessary adjustments and changes, so that now you're valuing these new breakthroughs that you had from your early childhood and upbringing, or just being out riding or just enjoying something. Like, just pay attention, to what your body is telling you and what's coming up for you. And I will yield for the Virgo zone, and also for the Pisces risings and just the Florida area and surrounding areas. And now we'll get into the Leo zone. All right, this will be occurring On the Sunday, on the Soul Day, at 13:54 hours, 1:54 post meridian, and we are at Reno, Nevada. Guys, so this will be occurring for you once again back in the 3 and the 9, but now Soul is in the 9th. So and Luna's in the 3rd here. So yeah, definitely just great to see with Luna conjunct Chiron, Chiron conjunct a lot of arrows. Luna's not too far away, about 3 degrees, 23, minutes away from that. So 3rd is just healing, past healing from mother, especially from anyone. They would say like toxic mothers are not supportive, or even just whatever fashion relationship that you have with your mother, and also the divine feminine within you, the mother side aspect of you, really just being able to let go of some things. Sun's in the 9th. So definitely I see someone releasing their need to go to like a pastor or a prime minister or someone to really speak what they need to. Now they're realizing that's within themselves that they can have those talks without needing a middleman. Right. Really starting to being open to embrace the scriptures. Because it's great to really, hear someone else talk about it and that, but you'll get more out of it studying for yourself, taking the time to really study and understand something for yourself. Sun and Saturn's trine, so 9 and 1. So really able to get into your mind. Like, what are you thinking? Like, what's coming up? Like, this full moon's all about releasing, because now you're coming from the new moon. So you're also gonna, make any necessary adjustments. You can look back, like I said, to the past Libra full moon when the sun was in Aries. So now making adjustments to that, and really what is Nevada area? I see like someone like getting some kind of like award or recognition or something, or maybe even like a Capricorn rising for like service, or really being able to give the resources to provide this service that's needed. Because Saturn's ruling the ascendant, so it's first, so it's all about self, but he's retrograde. So, and it's also, like I said, applying sextile with Luna, so Luna will be exact, very shortly after that. So really going to be able to set the tone, set the nature for self-authority and status, and just how one contracts. Because Luna's also ruling over the 7th there, so she's in the 3rd in Aries. So definitely being able to, like I said, heal from just any self and limitations from growing up. As you step into new information and just new ways of being. So, I think, this full moon is really about just letting go of what we used to value, what we used to really care about, and now embracing all new wisdom and experiences. And knowing that the journey is really, it's not about the destination, it's about, the journey. Like, it's just enjoying what has happened all along. Because it was just straight from what we wanted to now to the end point. What point between that would give us the fruit to understand the completion from what was beginning. So definitely a lot of healing here for the mothers, for the sons, for the children. Truth, like Brother Corey said, truth will make your head spin dizzy, or it could just cause something within you to really, shake yourself up. But truth is what's needed, because there's been a lot of lie loving. Even though, it may not seem that way, it's definitely, everything isn't what you think it is. But with that, I'm going to yield for the Leo zone for Reno, Nevada there. So, just embracing the beauty of letting go and just the harmony, even when we don't see it.
I was going to add there that how the 11th, how the 12th and 1st house cusps are Anticyon, like, you know, like 10 to Anticia to 10 degrees, 55 minutes Capricorn is 19 degrees, 5 minutes, which is just 31 minutes off from the 12th house cusp. I'm just like, wow, which means it's reflective there at 6 and 7 too. You know, just kind of thinking about that. I mean, you know, normally it's Anticia is only used in what they call warrior astrology. Warrior heroes. Yeah. Right. So it's just like
you know, we flip whatever though. Yeah, they might say it's some okay, you can think the one way. We transcend things here.
Yes, and can actually see some things that most people like, whoa, how'd you see that? It's like, and I'm not trying to impress you. It just so happens, since we're thorough and really study for real, I think the impressing you happens by default. You know, I think, you know what I realized, Brother Sean, though, is like, because I really study how I do, can be insulting to people that don't. And it's like, wow, people really use their minds to, instead of going, whoa, that's great, congratulations, you're amazing, or that's so neato, I want to be able to, you know, get what, or glean what I can glean, like, you know, like Ruth to Boaz, you know. What actually occurs is, you know, it's almost like people are threatened by that. So let me just put this out there. I no longer am going to refrain from rebuking that energy. And we affirm that you guys eventually, and very soon actually, begin to learn to love instead of hate when it comes to what we share here, so that you all can really, you know, enjoy what it is that we have for you. We really have some things for you that to really help you, provided you can train your mind to not be envious or jealous, right? Because, you know, I'll say it like Brother Jaron had said not too long ago, you know, some people, they do have to do what they have to do and punch the clock and things of that nature. However, that's not meant for those of us that have the information to assist them, to fleece them, you know what I mean, or rob the widow of her penny. What we do is actually spend 25/8 on this. You know, some people say 24/7. For me, it's 25/8 on this, honestly. And guys, we are really going to affirm that you can really enjoy this, really grasp it. You know, the way that, you know, I mean, Brother Sean, you can let me know, correct me if I'm wrong. Usually the way that I share information, a 4-year-old could get it just like that.
Indeed.
Provided that 4-year-old is sincere in learning. Right? Because the actual teacher that appears is not me, it's it's their own comprehension within themselves. Actually, that's their teacher. All right. So with that being said, full moon in the Cancer zone, right? So we are at Kai Malino Hawaii, right? What some people say Hawaii. And this is happening at 10:54 minutes and 56 seconds. Of course, it looks like Hawaiian Standard Time, right? However, this would be 10:54:58 anti-meridian. All right, and we see Luna. And so now it's a reverse, because remember I had the whole 4-10 energy with the sun in the 4th house and Luna in the 10th. Now the sun's in the 10th and Luna's in the 4th. So Luna's having some accidental dignity here in the 4th house. However, still there in Aries, of course, is where it's always going to be for all 12 of our testimonies here. So again, we know that 16 degrees Aries is clearly children, right? 17 degrees is oratory. So it's between children and oratory. So we're really speaking. I know you heard me say speech already, and I heard us say a lot about children. I heard us say a lot about wounded healing. And we're not just, you know, saying those copper wrapped around crystal type, things that people say these days that seem and sound all woke, as they say out there in the dead world, right? I'm just saying, you're not a declared and proclaimed Moorish American. You're not honoring your ancient foremothers and forefathers, so you're still counting sheep. Just saying respectfully, you're still counting sheep. However, interestingly, how Saturn is actually sextiling the ascendant, I think that is beautiful.
Muy, muy.
Right? It is just very beautiful. Vertex, looky, Astro Cookie. Is Vertex not trying Luna in the 8th house? So look at this. This is where I'm going to go with this, right? Which means it's sextiling Libra. Guys, there is going to be a fated interaction when it comes to your thinking. And those, like, that small, still voice is really going to be very expansive in your mind. And you're going to actually find a way to relieve yourself of the Stockholm syndrome, that is being in love with your pain, which is keeping you captive in a certain type of thinking that really allow you to not stand the way that you want to. However, your standing is going to be very fortunate and dominant in how you really can be victorious and bringing out the beauty and shining on that baby justice within inside yourself. Really go east, go within, really see what you can do pertaining to your status. Nationality is always the order of the day, completely. So declaring and proclaiming your nationality really has a residual effect that most people can't explain, because you'll regain your lost estate in a conflict that can't be told in words to some beings, if not all beings. However, masterminds trace themselves through time. And what you'll be able to see here, those things that may have been valuable to you in your childhood or in a past life really can really be that bow that really allows your arrow to be projected and propel towards some very fortunate and very spotlighting sudden changes in your life. Alrighty, where you can actually recall some things within inside yourself that will really allow you to bring home really some reflective ideas that were really gained when you were, out and about, either with friends or quote unquote colleagues at lunch, right? You can imagine you guys are at the sushi bar on this day and you're enjoying yourselves. And then you have another aha moment, right? The light bulb goes off. And there are some things that you now can kind of bring to the forefront and be very innovative, so to speak, with some things that you've learned in your childhood, or maybe even it just seems like an idea, however, it may be memory actually from a past life. All righty. So really allow that to springboard you forward. All righty. And really bringing out the values that will be very enlightening to the entire collective. So make sure you can share in in what you're possessing creatively to the world. And with that, I nurturingly yield the floor, because that was the Cancer zone keyword, nurturing, right? I yield the floor, and we're going to move on to the Gemini zone, where the sun is 9 times out of 10 going to be in the 11th house, right? As it is, and Luna's in the 5th, right? So naturally, Luna's in the house that it's second to the house that it's comfortable in, which it just came from, which is 4th. So now, not only is Sol in its quote unquote fall sign, in its debilitated Navamsha sign, it's also having accidental debility in the 11th. So it's like, guys, really allow that light to be reflected within. I'm not really looking at it like being a doom and gloom astrologer. And then, there's going to be some very important communication and balancing, and really allow you to be victorious in achieving, so to speak. You're really going to be able to achieve some goal here that you really have been having your mind on, that you think is unobtainable. And in achieving this goal, all righty, when you achieve this goal, what is actually going to occur and what's actually going to happen, you'll be able to bring to light some things that seem like you couldn't even have planned to do those things. And it just so happened to almost kind of like a fairy godmother, fairy godfather, I guess, if you want to say like that type of energy. And interestingly, what you'll be able to really do, like when it comes to eating or whatever, there's going to be maybe someone seeking to surprise you with some food, somebody wanting to take you to a restaurant and you didn't know it. So that's why I'm thinking there's going to be some surprising energy here, some things that you couldn't even plan. And what's going to actually occur is, interestingly, how Jupiter's there in the fourth, which would be accidental dignity by house.
I'm gonna add to that, bro. Venus is at the food and drink degree.
Interesting.
You see that, and the Capricorn of shit.
Food, so that's interesting, bro. And then Aries,
one. I was like, whoa, hold on, bro. It's like, you read my notes right now?
No, I'm not even seeing that actually, because when I saw food and drink, I was looking at Aries, 13 degrees. Aries is also food and drink, just 180 to that, but it's the physician also. So Eros is there. So Eros, look at that. The part of Eros, which we're not surprised because we already know when it comes to the sun and moon being either conjunct or 180 from each other, is going to have the Arabic parts kind of, most of them reflecting that also. So yes, that's what I'm saying, man. Someone's going to try to do a surprise thing on food or things of that nature, maybe take someone to a restaurant or maybe have an idea of something. However, bro, you already know I'm in my intuitive, insightful zone without even looking at the notes, honestly. But you just made me go and think like, okay, yeah, when I do look at the Encyclopedia of Astrology, yes, 13 degrees Aries is the degree pertaining to the physician in food and drink. So guys, really allow your medicine to be your food. That's what you're really going to see that's going to be communicated. So you'll find yourself like, oh my God, I do enjoy being vegan. Yeah. And really and vegan alkaline without the popularity behind it. I'm just telling you, just the whole kind of fad. It's usually lingering in the Negro Black colored dead culture, where it's like, oh, it's some Jordans, so it's like new Jordans is being woke and being vegan alkaline and stuff. And it's like, oh God, all right, you guys are still 3/5 of the way there. I guess you're getting somewhere, right? And don't be mad at me. Oh, I don't like him. Moors are always that. Look, I'm not a Moor that debates. I'm not a Moor that's fighting online. I'm not a Moor that's angry or things of that nature. It's just like, imagine you're at a pool and the lifeguard keeps blowing the whistle, stop running, and you wonder why you keep hurting your toes, spraining your ankle. We said stop running. You know what I mean? Oh, you fell and you hit your hip on the side of the pool and fell in the water. Owie, now it hurts when you kick your legs to swim. We told you stop running. We blew the whistle, said stop running. However, eventually, pride cometh before the destruction. So what we're going to actually say here is allow your food to be your medicine respectfully, not for popularity purposes to try to impress people to show how vegan alkaline you are. That's corny. All righty. And with that, I lovingly and communicatingly, because it's Gemini zone, yield the floor. It's these people got it. That's interesting too, because why would the Negro, I guess it's a dead community, it's dead culture, but the Negro Black colored community just calling themselves Negro Black or colored. It's like, that's the pale skin. So it's like, how to be like, oh, I'm so real. How are you real calling yourself a pale skin? Because black denotes pale. Like, wouldn't you be phony then?
Oh, the culture vulture.
Yeah, I mean, it's like really, like you really allowed yourselves to be really mind fucked. And then when somebody who comes along and looks like you, however, doesn't think like you, actually gives you the life-saving denotative language. Now you want to go and get 2 pieces of wood, 3 nails, and a crown of thorns. Why? Why do that? However, this lifetime, the saviors don't get crucified, actually, because we're only imitating the prophet without, you know, being anything other than, what is a prophet? A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. What is an angel? An angel is a thought of Allah manifested in human flesh. So who's not a prophet? Who's not an angel? However, don't go out here being idiots with it, because we can tell those that are delusional. All right, we can really see it. You guys look funny. It actually makes us laugh. I'm just keeping it a buck, you know. So don't waste your time being upset, you know, with Brother Hassan. Try to prove what I'm saying wrong. And when you prove it right, prove it to be true, teach your loved ones, and then come and share with me what you think I've missed, right? So that I can further research your research, all right? Because we're going to have to get along here on this planet, guys. You know, eventually you'll get out of that mind fuckery that you're in. Luti, Solomon Islands, right? Happening on the 10th October 2022 for Moon Day, right? At 0700 hours, 54 minutes, 58 seconds. That's 7:54:58 ante meridian, Luti, Solomon Islands, right? So with that being said, we're seeing this actually occurring, and this is the final testimony for our Intuition Monday for the full moon in Libra. All righty, so this is, look at this. This is happening in the 6th and 12th house, right? This time, instead of Luna in the 12th and Sol in the 6th, it is Sol in the 12th and Luna in the 6th, guys. All I can really say right here is, when you really allow your heart to be settled, you have that time to yourself, whatever it is you like to do. For me, it's Call of Duty. So let's just say me, right? So when I'm playing Call of Duty and finding that balance within myself and having fun with this game or something, you know what I mean? Guys, really allow the food for thought, all righty? Really allow that food for thought to really, you know, serve its purpose, all righty? Because what you can do here is really relieve your subconscious mind of some things that are actually very harmful to how you process things, right? You know, if it's strings of paranoia, doubt, low self-esteem, what you could really do is like the magician, abracadabra some things within your heart and really find some beauty within yourself and really reflect a harmonious balance that really what you'll see is some things that you may have been teased about when you were younger. Maybe even some things that someone may have told you is a bad quality to have, you'll actually see that it's actually not a bad quality to have when you experience it. Maybe a loved one. A loved one may actually express something that you may see as a bad quality, and then you actually find treasure in that and realize that you must evolve now in your thinking, all righty? You can really evolve in your thinking pertaining to what it is that you may have thought was a quality that's not cool, quote unquote, to have. So with that being said, guys, make sure that you are really allowing yourself to really isolate the beauty that you could really reflect within your own heart. However, also allow yourself to allow the spirit, the anima, right? Which is where the word animal comes from, right? So the anima, animal within you, I'm not calling anyone or anything an animal because we're not chattel property. However, that spirit within you, you can allow to be your mind's best friend, right? So that you can be able to unleash the things within your subconscious mind that you thought would have held you back and made you look corny, right? And really allow yourself to really go through a beautiful healing that is very fortunate and loving, all righty? So allow that food for thought to really nurture and nourish your entire being on the causal plane, CAUSAL, which is the spiritual plane, on the astral plane, which is the soul plane, and also on the phi cycle plane, which we call the physical or material plane. Be wholly nourished. And with that, for the Taurus zone, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Oh yeah, that Scorpio on the rise, bro. Right. With Mars conjunct Capella. I had asked you, I was like, yo, look up Capella University. It's like one of those like DeVry type hey, we're some people who want to start a school and take advantage of a trade that got taken out of high schools, right? Very interesting. Mars has accidental, dignity there in the 8th, right? So, and Capella really deals with the star within Auriga, the constellation Auriga, where a lot of people see that picture with the anthropomorphic Jesus having the lamb around his shoulder, signifying he left the 99 to go save the one type energy. So that's what that is. Capella is dealing with that star pertaining to constellation Auriga with that one deer, sheep, goat-looking animal when you really check the celestial picture writings, right? So there's just some drivenness and redemption here and joint financial energy when it really comes to, rising above our, just collectively, rising above our childhood limitations, all right? So you'll be able to well produce those things that are necessary to actually, like I said, move forward. Allow that food for thought to nourish. All right. Allow yourself to be saved by that inner Auriga, that inner savior, and, be able to put you on the shoulders, uplift you, uphold you, which means now that Auriga is understanding that one that was lost. With that, I yield the floor. Islam.
All right, bring us back here.
It's over already. Oh.
All right, guys, you can go watch all the Intuition Mondays and National Weather Reports. There's plenty for you to watch.
No, right?
Yeah. I don't hear you, bro.
You don't hear me?
Okay, now I hear you. It's like
I was about to say, I was like,
you was talking like I didn't hear nothing for that moment. All right, cool. All right.
Indeed. It's like it made me think of Schoolhouse Rock when it ends. There are words that move. Is there are words that groove? Is there are words that make us smile? But you never heard the final word when someone says goodbye. Boom, boom, goodbye. But we're not saying goodbye. We're just saying, see you on Friday if you're not in the jurisprudent gym tomorrow. If you're not in the jurisprudent gym next day for Ilawa Saki Il, we will see you Ilawa Ana Il here on YouTube, all right? Because what is it that we do that's consistent? Oh, not quit. That's what we do. We're not quitters, So it is what it is. I almost made me play that video, bro. Yo, play yours, bro.
Tomorrow. Make sure you got the weather report Wednesday, Thursday, or the strong beginnings, not the weekends. So.
I know. I was saying, bro, play your post, bro. With that, what you thought I was gonna quit? Yo, play yours because that one's hilarious, bro. I like how it transitions through the different ones too, man. It's so hilarious, bro. Because no one ever really dies. That's NERD, right? You think the way you live's okay. You think posing will save your day. Just be yourselves. Yeah, play that, John.
Me a year ago, highly motivated, chasing my dreams, pursuing my passions. And now, a year later, this is me still on that grind, boy. You thought this was? You thought I was going to give up? Nah. The day that I die is the day that I...
And I just threw my rock and roll there at the end, like, yeah.
Come along and study with me, my friends. Like, yo, yeah, Astrology Street. Yeah. Like, yo, straight up, man. However, bro, you can close this out, bro. I say my namaste and my Islams down.
Yeah, bro. That video, I was like, oh yeah, you already know that audio saved. It's gonna be waiting.
You had to use that for a couple of videos, bro. It's classic. That soundbite is classic.
Indeed. All right. Yeah, thank you to everybody that showed up in the chat with us today. Thank you to those that will watch this in the future, see this, whether it's, 1 day, 2, 3, 7 degrees, sun cycles from now, whatever. Thank you in advance. And Seven Hill Star, we are transacting for the apology coupons. It's a buy one get one free, but they're both free, so it's a 2 for 1.
A lot of people are going to be redeeming those apology vouchers, bro. And they're like, well, they did tell us months ago they're accepting apologies in advance. We're not playing over here. We're not like, we're sons, all righty? That means we're being sincere. We're not trying to use sex and body parts to make you come and see our presentations. I mean, we love our mothers, don't get it twisted. And we just know, there's some mothers out there just like, they prop up the boobies and wrap some copper around some crystals. And it's like, ooh, they know what they're talking about. And they're turning tarot cards and shit. Like, okay, you have no clue. We're just giving you guys a pinky nails clipping of what we really can do. Seriously. Go ahead, Brother Sean. I yield.
Indeed, definitely. All right. Definitely. This was the Libra full moon, so we know that is going on next moon day, Sunday, depending on where you're at. So, so definitely about Friday, Saturday, we can start to see the effects starting to come in before it goes exact. But make sure you're here with us Wednesday, Astro Weather Report. And this is Seven Hill Star out. Brother Sean, shout out to Brother Sean. Thank you for joining me today. And y'all enjoy the rest of your lovely moon day. Seven Hill Star out.
Islam, peace and love.
Islam.